Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for once again joining me for tea time. Today we have a little bit of misty morning, and that is it. I hope you're hanging out with me with your cup of tea, cup of coffee, or maybe something harder. Depends on what part of the planet you're on, as I always say. Today's going to be an interesting one. I'm going to ask you a question. Are you interested in a video production career? The reason why I ask this, because I get a lot of people saying, well, what do you do? What is the thing that you do all the time, all day? What is your main thing? Not all the side hustles, but what's your main thing? Well, I'm a DP, a director of photography, and of course a photographer, and I do everything in between. I do consultations for directors, for producers, for companies that want to do some type of video production. They hire me in as a consultant to get all of the setup done. That could be the actual set design to camera decisions, lens decisions, lighting, audio, the entire gamut. That's what I do. So today I'm going to take you on a little bit of a journey on what I just did this week and just give you a little bit of a background of what goes into it. And hopefully it'll help you decide, is this a career path for me? Is this something that is of interest? Because a lot of times people look at things and they're like, oh yeah, I would love to do that, but they really don't know what goes into it. And that is a problem. And then what happens is they go to school to do whatever that XYZ thing is, and then later on they absolutely hate it. Today's a little bit different. You can watch people like me on the internet telling you exactly what they do, and you could say, well, yeah, that's of interest to me. So anyways, before I get into it, I want to say that if you haven't downloaded my ebook as of yet, go over to JCristina.com/books. Once again, JCristina.com/books. You can pick them up over there. Also, if you haven't contributed to the fundraiser as of yet, as you can see, it is No Shave November, Men's Health Awareness Month. But all of the proceeds that come in through this fundraiser will be redirected to St. Jude's. If you don't know who they are or what they do, basically St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital, they work on kids with cancer. And not only do they treat the kids with cancer, but also they do the research on how to prevent it. And the one thing that I absolutely love about them is that the families in need do not have to pay anything for the treatment. And I think that is great. So it is a nonprofit. So once again, click this little blue button over here that says donate if you would like to. Please do so. We're up to like $600, almost 700, I think. I had a goal of 500, so we have already exceeded it. Who knows, guys? Maybe we can get to 1,000. Every little bit helps. So let's get right into it. Once again, the question is, are you interested in a video production career? So to start out with, the reason I haven't had as many videos out this week is the beginning of the week was taken up 2 days, Sunday and Monday, for a production shoot that we had to do. And this was in Tallahassee. Now, if you don't know where I am, I'm in West Palm Beach, Florida. And Tallahassee is all the way at the tippy top of the state. So we can't really drive there because it just doesn't make sense. We're looking at about 6 hours or more to get there. So we flew. Now, out of my airport, there's no flights that go directly to Tallahassee. I had to go all the way down to Fort Lauderdale. So I had to get into the car and travel about an hour and 15 minutes south to go 6 hours north. That's just the way it is.
In a quarter mile, take exit 12 for US 1 south toward Dania Beach Airport.
We had some people flying in for this specific shoot, and they came in from Nashville. They had to go to Miami, and then from Miami to Tallahassee, which is once again backwards. But this is the kind of thing that happens. Now, what was interesting was the plane that I was getting on. Now, I've flown Cessnas with a buddy of mine in the past, so I know all about flying and I've flown. But let's just say when I saw this turboprop sitting there that I was going to take, I was thinking to myself, why am I taking this puddle jumper and not a jet? But the bottom line is when you're going interstate like this, they use these smaller aircraft because it's a little bit cheaper to operate. So that was the plane that I used to get to Tallahassee. And as you can see in the picture, the pilot, I don't know if he's eating a sandwich or he's on the phone or what he's doing, but basically he's waiting for us to get onto the tarmac, walk up to the plane, get on, and then he would jump in and fly us to Tallahassee. That's just how it went down. Kind of strange, but that is it. Now, when we got there, everything is a lot colder. I got off the plane. I'm like, what the heck is going on? From South Florida to North Florida, it was a major temperature change. It was about 43 degrees when I got outside of the airport. And in Tallahassee, there seems to be a shortage of Uber drivers. I don't know what the hell happened, but there's no Uber. I've never picked up my phone, went to Uber and says, I need a ride from an airport. I've been to, I don't even know how many airports. And it says, sorry, there's no one available. Try again later. Are you kidding me? So I'm sitting outside for about a half an hour, no Uber. Finally, I download Lyft, the app. I deleted it a long time ago because I usually don't use it. I use Uber. I downloaded the Lyft app, and sure enough, I found a guy to pick me up from the airport and take me to the hotel. Thank God. Well, the hotel is absolutely beautiful. A really, really nice hotel. It was just built about 3-4 months ago. So it was brand new. It literally looks like, I guess the internals of it, similar to the Yotel in New York City. I've stayed there many times when I was working in the Javits Center doing production work. So the Yotel is that really modern, hip vibe. There's a robot that takes your luggage and stores it for you. And then when you need it back, you just hand the robot your ticket and it goes through the thing and shoots out your luggage. Really cool stuff. Well, this hotel was kind of similar. And I went into the room and I looked around. And sure enough, on the TV, it says, "Good evening, Joseph. Time to relax." I love these hotels. They're just, some people like ultramodern, like me, and some people don't. But I do. It was really cool. So I slept for a little while, a short period of time, got up and started getting ready for the day. Now, before I get into how the day goes down, step by step, I'm going to give you literally hour by hour because, once again, I think some of you will find it interesting. I want to say that as a DP, our job is to find answers to problems. We are problem solvers. We work directly with the producer or the director to make their vision a reality. That's what we do. So once the set design is created in the mind of the director, it's up to us to basically make it happen. That means lighting selection, camera selection, lens selection, everything. All of the things to create that vision for the director or producer, depends on who you're working with. Now, what's really important as a DP or a director of photography is to be a leader. And to really lead a crew of people, you really need to have known all of their jobs. And I talk about this a lot in the past. There was someone that I really looked up to, and this is a guy that was a general manager to a location that I worked for about 5-6 years. And I always looked up to him because he really had the pulse of his staff members. And I figured it out after many years. I talked to him. I said, what is it? How do you do this? Everyone loves you. What is this secret? Because it is very important when you're in charge of people for them to look up to you, respect you, and want to work for you. And what he said was, Joe, I started out as a busboy, and then I started doing the dishes, and then finally I started serving, and then I was the lead server, and then from that I went to service manager, and then purchasing manager, and finally a GM, a general manager. He basically did everything, all of the tasks of his staff. So when you are a DP, or if you're a director or a producer or whatnot, knowing all of the separate pieces of the puzzle, what they all do, all of the things that are easy, everything that's hard, and how long it takes to do everything, right? Makes it a lot easier for you to communicate well with them. They look up to you and you can actually get your hands dirty side by side with them and do everything that they do. So they understand that. And that is, I think, one of the most important things of being a DP is having the knowledge of everything that you're working with. Doesn't matter, once again, if it is the photo, if it's the video, if it's, for me, the audio as well as editing. So when I'm doing any type of consultation, I can take that vision of the producer or the director and now put myself into an editor's point of view and say, okay, what would I need during this edit? And sometimes I'll make changes based on that because I know what it is to be an editor. I know what it is to be an audio specialist. Okay. I know all of the different aspects. And I think that is very important for you too, if you want to do this type of work. So anyways, let me just take you through what the day looked like. Now, this is the actual shooting day, not the days that led up to it, because there's a lot that goes into that too. The day starts out for me at 5:30 a.m. where I wake up and I check my text messages. I check my email to see if there's any production changes. Production changes happen all the time, and they can happen at a moment's notice. That's just the way production is. Then by 6 a.m., I'm taking a shower and I'm getting dressed. By 6:30, I'm downstairs eating breakfast. By 7:30, I'm back upstairs packing up my bags. Why? Because I'm not going to see the hotel again. I will be on location for the rest of the day. So everything's packed up by 7:30. By 8 o'clock, I'm in an Uber heading over to the building that I will be working in. Then by 8:30, I'm sitting on location and we are starting the set design, the build. From 9 a.m. all the way till 1:30 p.m., that is our time to build the setup. That means set design to hundreds and hundreds of feet of BNC cables so that the producer or the director can watch what's going on from another room. That has to be laid down. We have the cameras themselves, all the setup of the cameras. We have lighting set up as well as audio setup as well as teleprompter. So there's a lot of things that go into this setup. That is from 9 o'clock till 1:30. At 1:30, we break for lunch for 30 minutes, and by 2 o'clock, all of the final checks happen. So those are checks upon rechecks. We want to make sure that everything is 100%. The talent's only there for an hour, so you don't have time for redos. All right. Just before this, talent goes to hair and makeup, so they're getting everything prepared for 3 o'clock. At 3 o'clock, we're rolling. By 4:15, the shoot is over, and by 4:30, everything starts breaking down. By 6:30, I'm in an Uber off to the airport. Of course, we have to go through TSA. Sometimes TSA takes a long time, so we have to get there earlier. This time, of course, I had to have this guy with his rubber gloves do all kinds of stuff that I really feel bad about. Anyways, not to get into that. Our flight was supposed to take off at 8:55, delayed. Then it was supposed to go at 9:15, delayed. Then 9:17, delayed. Then 9:47. Guess what? Delayed. Finally. By 10 o'clock, we took off back to Fort Lauderdale. Landed by 12 a.m., into the car by 12:30. By 1:45, I was back to the house, ate something really quick, took a quick shower to take all the day's funk off, and was in bed sleeping by 2:15, all ready to wake up at 5:30 to do it all over again. So that is pretty much how the day goes. These type of production shoots, they are basically from morning to night. There's a lot that goes into them. So does this sound like something that would be interesting or exciting to you? For me, it is life. I absolutely love it. The way I look at shoots is basically like this. Think about let's say 1,000-piece jigsaw puzzle. All right? That's your shoot. You put it on the table and you start building it. That's your set. You build it. Once it's done, you take a photograph of it or maybe a video of it. All right? That's your actual production. And then finally, you break it all back down again, stick it into the box, and you're done. And you do it all over again for the next set, for the next shoot. But all of the pieces changed. So there's a host of new problems to solve. That's what I absolutely love about it. It's intriguing to me. It really just lights me up. I absolutely love it. If this sounds exhausting to you, it's probably not a good career for you. But if it sounds exciting to you, then it might be something to look into. For me, I ended up going to the Art Institute of Fort Lauderdale for commercial art, advertising, design, and video production. That's what I started with. I've always been a creative all my life. I veered away from that creative lifestyle to own my own software company for 13 years. I ended up getting rid of the company because I just couldn't stand it anymore. When you are a creative by nature, literally born a creative, when you do things that are not creative, it's just not fun, right? It turns into work. It turns into a job. It turns into something that's laborious that you don't want to do. But when you do something that you absolutely love, I'm sure you heard it 1,000 times, you'll never work a day in your life. And that's the way I feel about DP work or video production in general. I absolutely love it. So once again, if you want to be a DP or someone that's in the video production field, you really need to be, number one, a problem solver. You need to be able to work with a team. All right, that is very important. There's no me. It is always team when it comes to production work. Also, being that team player is very important, but you got to understand that there's a lot of long hours that goes into it. It is not a 9 to 5 and you're done. Sometimes it is a 15-hour day. It really depends on deadlines. That is something that some people can't deal with. Some do. If you can deal with those long hours, it might be something good for you. Now, I've never said this in any of my videos, but seeing that we're talking about what I do, I want to put out there that if you are a company or a director or whatever, and you're looking for any type of DP work, a director of photography, you can get in contact with me. You could be someone that's just trying to start a podcast. Maybe you're doing little 15, 30-second ad spots. It could be something longer. It could be episodic TV programming. Whatever it is, you can reach out to me over at JCristina.com/contact, or just go to JCristina.com and then just click the little contact button and leave me a message and I'll reach back out to you. Once again, as a freelancer, someone that come out and deal with a project that you're working on for a day, a week, a month, whatever it is, I'm putting it out there for you guys. If you need me, I'm there. So I hope you found this video interesting. If you have, throw it a thumbs up. That would be awesome. If you haven't subscribed to the channel as of yet, please do so and click this little bell icon over here so when I go live or when a new video comes out, you will be notified of it immediately. And finally, head over to my website, JCristina.com, where you can find all the photography tools that I've invented for you and me over the years, and hopefully there's something there that you might like. And if there is, please pick it up and support me and my family. That's it, guys. I'm out of here for yet another vlog. Many blessings to you and your family. Stay safe and stay healthy.